I get it. Oh, y'all thought this was a game, huh?
Yeah, I wanna play real games, not no CPU. I wanna rhyme like Buster, sing like Usher too. I need a million things. Cars, clothes, whips, rims, chains. They all wanna be like me, play a little RPG. I wanna play real games, not no CPU. I wanna rhyme like Buster, sing like Usher too. I need a million things. Cars, clothes, whips, grips, chains. They all wanna be like me, play a little RPG. I wanna yeah, Superman ain't got brand new brands, they got this. Young rich, I'll take no lifts. Young rich, I'll take no lifts. Uber everywhere, yeah. No coach seat when I take my trips. Fly to Tokyo, ain't no drift. Real life, ain't no skit. I'm thinking about buying cribs for my mom soon. Yeah, I just started in the movie, I feel like Tom Cruise. Yeah, and my catalog is the longest, colossal. The shit you dropped is so old it look like a fossil. Your bitch to wear Aeropostale. Make it look easy, neck full of BBs. I'm always on TV, 3 different channels, I call it a DV. Whoa, okay, change it again, it's me. Yeah, there you go, that's a little young, everybody know. I wanna play real games, not no CPU. I wanna rhyme like Buster, sing like Usher too. I need a million things. Cars, clothes, whips, grips, chains. They all wanna be like me, play a little RPG. I wanna play real games, not no CPU. I wanna rhyme like Buster, sing like Usher too. I need a million things. Cars, clothes, whips, grips, chains. They all wanna be like me, play a little RPG. I wanna
I'm running some errands today, so I figured since we haven't posted anything in a while, I'll just inform you of everything that's been going on in the past couple of months. So we'll take a drive around, I'll kind of explain some stuff, what has happened, what's going to happen, and you'll be up to date with everything we got going on. I went and did Global Time Attack and did my first Time Attack event. The car performed very well. I was actually incredibly impressed with how well the setup was on the track. The biggest downfall though was actually my driving. My driving experience as far as road courses is slim to none. So I was really having a hard time adjusting from autocross to road racing. Unfortunately, that was my downfall for that event. There was not a single turn on that entire track that I felt like this car was actually going to spin out or lose control. It actually felt, you know, stuck on the ground. It felt like it was going to take any turn that I threw at it at any speed. However, I wasn't aware of how fast it could go through the turns. So I was almost driving on the track like I was driving around Miss Daisy on the weekend. It seems like the biggest thing I'm going to have to prove on is my driving confidence and my driving experience. Which, to leave with that, means I just need a lot more seat time. I've had plenty of seat time for autocross, but autocross and time attack are two completely different beasts. This event that I went to really opened my eyes to how much faster actual road racing and time attack is than autocross. It's almost double or triple the speed you would ever do in an autocross event on the track. And the first couple laps on the track, when I started getting into the car, it was actually, I wouldn't say frightening or scary, but it was extremely exciting because you know how you've always wanted to just open your car up and just, oh, I wonder how fast I can take this turn. Well, on the track, you really can't do that. And then when you're going through the turn, you're like, whoa, like I'm going really fast right now. How much faster can I actually take this turn? So then the whole rest of the day is you figuring that out. What is the best line I can take to go through this turn? How fast can I really go through this turn? How late can I brake, if I even have to brake going into this turn? It's a completely different mindset than what I'm used to. After some adjusting and after some slight modifications to the car, still building the sedan. Stuff happened with that really put me in a really tight situation right before the event. When Wayne from 4130 was about to put the roll cage in the car, he noticed that there was a significant amount of rust and decay on the chassis. He told me to come in and check it out and see how bad it really was, to see what we wanted to do. When he showed me how bad it was, I realized that there's really no point to even fix it. It would be better off if we just went and got a new chassis. And getting a new chassis would allow me to really get the chassis that I wanted in the first place. See, I got the sedan for a cheap price off a buddy of mine. And with that price, you know, that's just what I decided to go with. But I really always wanted an EK Coupe or like a brick headlight Integra. Now that we were looking at getting a new chassis, I was like, well, I'm gonna look at these two, but then I realized that I couldn't get the Integra. Well, I could get the Integra, and I opted not to get the Integra because a lot of the parts of the sedan transferred over to the coupe. I could still use the same front end. I could still use a lot of the aerodynamic stuff that I had. The top one motors for the diffuser still fit, and then all of the suspension that I had transferred right over. So this was like a no-brainer. Obviously, I should get the coupe and swap everything over. So that's exactly what we did. I went out from another friend of mine that was selling a running and driving EK Coupe. You know, it had a D16 in it, automatic transmission, it was an automatic car. I dropped it off at 4130 immediately, like right after I bought the car. Like, I bought the car and then drove it right to the shop, dropped it off, gave it to Wayne, gave him the keys, and he went to town on putting the roll cage in. The car now has a 10-point roll cage in it that is up to requirements and spec for Global Time Attack. Wayne did a absolutely amazing job on it. It looks incredible, and it makes the car extremely stiff. So like the whole like response of the car going through turns is completely different than the other car. Got the side impact rails and gussets. He added in gussets in practically every corner of the cage for as more support. I mean, I feel like, God forbid it never happened, but I feel like if I ever did get in an accident in this car on the track, I honestly feel pretty safe. And I have a lot of confidence in this cage on saving my life. And that's also a very important thing in your car, is that you don't want to be scared in the car, because if you're scared in the car and you feel like, oh, well, if I crash, you know, what's going to happen, then you're never really going to push the car. At least in this, I know that if I ever do get in an accident or ever do hit anything, I at least have that comfort blanket of knowing that I'm going to be pretty damn safe in this thing. In a couple minutes, I'll pull over and we'll get out and we'll check the whole recap of the car. I'll show you what the exterior looks like, along with the rest of the interior. Another sponsor that just recently joined our team was Jersey Girl Tie Downs, who makes harnesses. Now, funny story about this, I was at Global Time Attack and talking to Tony, who is the tech inspector, and whole car passed, flying colors, no problems, car passes tech, except for my harness. Now, when I bought the harness for the car, I got a 4-point Sparco harness, and Global Time Attack required that I had a 5-point harness. I didn't see that in the rules anywhere, and it was race day, day one, and I already couldn't race. And I thought this whole thing was just gonna get, you know, blown over, because, you know, it's kind of hard to just find a harness like that in short notice, you know, in the area. It's like, oh, damn, you know, usually you order your stuff in advance, and I couldn't. Will from 4130 heard what happened, and he immediately started making phone calls. He ended up coming across Jersey Girl Tie Downs, which was maybe a couple streets away from the track. He called Jersey Girl Tie Downs and asked them if they had any harnesses in stock. And the cool thing about it was, is it's not that they kept harnesses in stock, is that they stitch and make the harnesses right then and there when you place the order. And not only that, but she was more than willing to, on a weekend, go out of her way to go back to the shop that she wasn't even at, go there on her own time, make me a harness by hand stitch everything, and had it ready for me to be on the track. I only missed the first heat of that day. I came back and got right on the track. And the harness was incredibly cheap. I believe I only paid like maybe $100 for the whole 5-point harness. I just got done paying almost $500 for a Sparco 4-point harness, but got a 5-point harness from them for $100. And all the spec is up to what you need it to be for the racing. And not only that, but when you go to get the harnesses inspected, they do it there. All I have to do is go right there, right down the street from the track, get my harnesses inspected on the spot, and be ready to go. So I'm so thankful that they were able to help me out in that short of notice that I contacted them, and they're now on our team as far as one of the sponsors for my build. All right, so right off the bat, a couple of things that you're gonna notice is that a lot of the parts are still the same because they're from the sedan, so they're all gonna look pretty familiar to you, but then there are a lot of major changes that have happened. You got the cage that was put in, you got all the additional gussets here. I mean, this cage is wild. If you take a look at it, there's bars running everywhere. And you can see that the rear shock towers have been reinforced with plating, and then they're going to the back. So there's extra stability. And I believe later in the future, we are going to do the same to the front shock towers. So as far as the outside looks, it's still practically the same. I put on Track Life carbon cutouts. We have rocking R compound tires now that are a little bit different than the ones I used to rock. I used to have the Hoosier SM7s, but now I have the R888Rs. Still got the top one motors canards. Still have the same front splitter and air dam. I now have a Cybon carbon fiber hood, which is the beginning of the carbon fiber front end that I'm going to be going with. Still rocking the same size Enki RPF 1s. They are 15 by 7s with a plus 45 offset. So with the new front end that will be going on the car, the wheel setup is going to change pretty significantly, so these are going to have to go. Right now these are 15 by 7-inch wheels, and I'm going to move up to around like a 17-inch in diameter. I'm going to try to run a 285 in the front with a 225 in the back. I'm going to go with a carbon fiber Jace composites front end. I'm going to go with the Exo Speed because I don't want to go as wide as the Ultra. I want the splitter to become too flimsy because I have to make it out of plywood. I don't want to do a carbon splitter yet. I still like to drive the car on the street sometimes because I like to go to meets and different car shows. So I don't want to convert over to the carbon fiber splitter yet because honestly the roads around here in Jersey are terrible. So I want to keep the plywood, and I don't want the front to be too long. I'm still going to have to reinforce the splitter better when it gets bigger for the XSP front end, but it won't be as much engineering as I'm going to need to do on if I did a Ultra front end. Still have the same PCI side skirts, still have the same top one motors, diffuser in the back. This is one of our sponsors products. This is the SCCA spec APR Performance Wing. As you could tell, like I was saying previously, that the wing is not very wide. I think we can run out to probably about here with the new wing. I think it has to be the width of the body line. So I think about right here would be perfect on both sides. I believe that would be like a 72 or 75 inch wing. So I'm going to contact them and we're going to get going on that. You can tell I obviously have to rock some Narita dogfight on here. Go ahead and check out the motor. So it's nothing real serious. It's just a B16A out of an SI EM1. We have the Passer JDM whale penis intake. It's carbon fiber. This actually came with the swap. It's actually a pretty decent intake. The power chambers seem to have done pretty well in the past. So instead of getting a new one, I figured I would just keep the one that came with the swap. It's pretty decent intake, you know. Why get rid of parts that work well? So besides, you know, the intake and the header, it's practically stock. This is a full stock block, stock head. It's just a regular EM1 SI motor. I don't even know what brand headers these are. We actually needed these last minute.
and had to put them on the car. I think they had it in their inventory in stock, but I couldn't honestly tell you what brand they are. I'll have to find out later. We have the Hasport solid mounts. You can really tell because the whole time we're driving the car, everything's rattling and shaking around. These are still the same coilovers that we had before, which I do have new ones that I have been meaning to put on the car, but I really haven't had the time to really do it recently. I've been working a lot of hours, so it becomes pretty hard. As far as the brake setup, we went with Stop Tech rotors, drilled and slotted, and then I have Stop Tech pads in the front. I didn't change the Big brake kit yet because the rear actually still has drums. So when I decided to do the conversion for the rear to the disc brakes in the back, I kind of want to do like a big brake kit in the front and the rear. So I don't want to go buy them now. I'd rather just, you know, go through that whole headache at one time and just do it all together. So that's everything with the build that we got going on right now. We're going to start working on the front end soon, and we have a lot of stuff going on for the motor and transmission. I do believe we are going to be running an AEM Infinity system for as far as the ECU. I believe it's going to be a standalone. RS Tech is going to be doing the tune. 4130 is going to be doing the install on the AEM Infinity because I don't know a lot about that stuff and I don't feel comfortable touching any electronics or anything that works in that nature. So me having them do it makes me feel really confident in it because I know there's not going to be any flaws or any issues, and if there are issues, they'll be resolved really quickly. And I know it's going to be done right. And then probably going to go with some GearX gears. I'm going to change up the ratio a little bit to kind of compensate for the lack of power that the motor does have and kind of give me a better ratio on the track. I'd like also a longer final drive because when I was on the track and I would hit the straightaway, I would only top out, I would only be able to get up to top of fourth around like 115 miles an hour before I could actually get into turn one. And a lot of the other cars, they were almost averaging the entire track at 110, 115 miles an hour. So it would really hurt me that on the straightaway, I'm only getting that fast. So something's gonna have to change with that. And I feel like the gears and doing a tune is really gonna help with that. And it's also gonna help in the future when we get this car ready for next season, when I really wanna hit it hard and do a really impressive limited front wheel drive build, that all the things that I'm getting now are gonna be able to carry over to everything that's going to be done to the motor, and everything's gonna line up perfectly. So thanks for checking in, guys. I'll give you guys another update as we start doing some of the stuff for the AEM Infinity and start getting more parts added in. And see you guys next time. Make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe to our channel, make sure that if you have anyone, you can lead them to the way to subscribe to our channel and let them know about us. And don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Peace out.